We're back, and we are back with another reaction. Now, y'all, what I really want to talk about, I want to talk about where I left out it before left to go to the store. I want to get back on the one-on-one interview with Sheriff Nanos, and then I want to get back to the latest um, reward and plead from Savannah. So I'm gonna give y'all time to get in here. I apologize, I had to leave y'all. So I'm gonna give y'all time to get in here. Okay. Hate I had to leave, but when your children come, you gotta do. Now these are my opinions, and my opinion is not necessarily based on facts. Um, I'm gonna test y'all tomorrow in knowing what's going on in the Nancy Guthrie case, but I want to go ahead on to finish where I started out. I had to leave, y'all. I had to leave, so I want to start where I stopped with Nanos interview. Hey, baby. I want to start. I had to run to the store, so I had to get off here, and I want to go. What these day 18 and day 24. Thank you, baby. I appreciate it. But I had to go to the store. You know how they did when your children come by. Hey, when they said, Mama, you need anything from the store? You're supposed to put everything down and go with your son. Now go with your son. When your sons come by the house, you better go with them. Okay, baby. But Nanos in the one-on-one interview, and that was day 18, I believe. Don't y'all count me wrong though. But day 18th and is in day 24 of the latest Savannah Guthrie plead. The 18th is telling me that Nanos can't say she gone. Nanos can't say she gone. Mentally, to what I'm hearing, the way he's speaking, he's saying, right, they might be. But let's check this out.
Now into week 3, if I flash back to February the 1st when you first get that call, what advice would you go back and give yourself now? Is there anything you do differently?
That's been asked 100 times. First of all, I think to answer that, people need to...
Okay. This is a reaction channel. I'm going to react to that. They've been asked to me 100 times, what would I do differently? This is not your first roller coaster. This is not your first time. But is this your first time ever dealing with a situation that y'all couldn't fix? It's important, y'all. Right.
I have a team of investigators and a forensic team that process crime scenes all the time, have done so for decades. They have solved hundreds, if not thousands, of cases. And so to sit back and judge...
Okay. Listen, y'all. His team has solved hundreds and thousands of cases. TMZ has covered, they have been there at them cases, at those crimes, and they can tell you everything that happened. What he's saying and what he didn't do this time and what TMZ didn't do this time matters to me. Thank you, Bill. It just, you know what, Bill, what it is. I'm a critical thinker, and when I get into any case that I do, when it don't make sense, it makes sense, but what's going on in the case, too much going on that don't need to be added to Miss Nancy's case. That's what's getting to me. Why is it in Miss Nancy's case? What's so special about that?
Them or question them, that's just crazy.
It's a lot of it.
They're my experts. I have to rely on them. I'll put their solvency rate against anybody in the nation in terms of those difficult crimes, homicides, robberies, rapes. They do a tremendous job. I have a great team that does good work. So I've heard all the pundits out there about, we closed the crime scene too early, this, that, and the other. They have no clue.
But you know what, Bill? People used to be quiet. I'm still am quiet. It's just I'm on YouTube. I got a job to do. But I'm like that. When I'm off of here, I'm like that. I turn on my music. And I listen to my music. But you'll never understand me. Excuse me, I know how to talk in circles. I know how to talk. I know how to do things. And with what he is saying, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. See, what people don't realize that if you ain't never had, it's a different when your mom is missing and when your mom has passed away. So a lot of people don't understand it, but since I was in that situation where my mama got missing, not from a person doing nothing to her, it's just her mind, and she drove a car. How in the world did she drive a car from way where she was to way over there? But their mind does that, y'all, when they get a certain age. It makes sense to them, but it don't make sense to us. So when you never had nobody missing before, you don't know how it feel. But when somebody, it just natural causes, that's different. It's two different deaths like that. And you know what? And that's the hardest thing about it. Who would take an 080 for? You know what? I don't even believe they meant it. I don't even believe they mean for this to happen the way it did. I believe Miss Nancy knew who the people was. That's what they did in my family. They looked for my mom. They went on the west side. They went on the other side. They looked for her. I don't hear nobody searching for their mama. I don't hear it. I don't hear no flyers out. Nobody saying, hey, have you seen this 84-year-old woman? Da, 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 da. They put on a billboard. But I ain't hear nobody doing that. Whew.
I didn't make that statement from. I have a team that goes there. They spent 20 some hours there. They came out of there. They immediately contact the FBI. That was another story.
Right.
The sheriff is blocking the FBI. Where that stuff comes from, I have no idea. We have worked with the FBI at their office for decades. They've worked here for decades. We've always gotten along with the FBI. When decisions are made about an investigation like this, and we're partners with it's not just the FBI. My team, a regional critical incident team, which includes every agency in this valley. That wasn't the sheriff put that together. That was 11 law enforcement leaders in this county, along with the sheriff, deciding that We need to be transparent when we handle such things as officer-involved shootings,
All this.
major investigations, and so we rely on each other and we partner. Staffing is a big issue.
But my thing with this situation, why put it out in the public if y'all don't want them to talk about it? If y'all gonna tell the public, the people, see one thing people gonna have to realize that y'all the one run the country. Y'all own this country. Y'all won't run this. Without the people, you won't have a country. Without FEMA, Sheriff FEMA, they should be. Don't it seems like something ain't right? He said he depend on his team, but do his team depend on him?
Every agency is short-staffed, so we double up and help each other. Right now, 400 officers out in this community work in this very case. From the federal government to the state government to all our valley agents.
I don't mean to cut you off here. I am on a time crunch, so I want to get some in here. One of the other rumors that's been going wild, at least one report of it, is become a burglary gone wrong investigation. I know you have not mentioned that. You haven't talked about forced entry here. Do you have a theory on how this perp got in the house? Did Nancy open the door for a man in a mask?
1 second, 1 second.
First of all, the sheriff's theories don't really matter. It's those who are investigating.
Yeah, what I'm trying to do now, I'm trying to listen to every little piece of what he's saying in this interview. So I want y'all to listen to the interview and tell me what is it that he's saying, y'all? When I start the video, tell me what is he saying? A police can't be in your house 24/7. You have to have
in this case, their theories, their thoughts, and they share that and work that together as a team. And all of those possibilities are something we all look at and consider. But it'd be very irresponsible of me to give out certain key pieces of this case so that the public can know.
You know, the thing that has been put out to the public, I know the FBI and you both released those images from the doorbell camera. Have all the images that you have been released, or are there more that...
Oh my goodness, no, because we have so many images from ring cameras and videos of traffic videos, intercept.
okay. If they have that many images, why don't they show it? Showing the images could help the case, but not showing the images like y'all showing us 12 cars went out to her house. Why y'all showing it now? Why are they showing it now?
You can't. Well, anything that we look at and say, this is critical, this can help us. See, that's where the public really can help us. We don't need all the pundits. We need you to tell us something you might have seen, heard, or know that can help us find Nancy. That's the focus, not the politics, not the wild guesses. We just need to know I firmly believe, someone out there knows something. Someone out there saw something, heard something. We need that person to call us.
Has there been any evidence so far that Nancy is still alive, or is it just hope of investigators and the family?
Listen to this, y'all. Listen to this. Listen to this.
There's been no evidence that she's not.
Okay.
And it is hope. But sometimes that's all you have. And you have to go with that.
Well, see, what is it that his team, that his detective team, how we know ain't nobody on his team know these people? What is going on there in Pima County? What is going on? Is somebody trying to get our attention? Get the attention from what's going on in Pima County. That's where I think now that he hasn't been doing his job. Other people been doing his job. That's what I'm getting out of this situation right here. What's going on? Is he doing his job? If you got a team and you depend on your team to do your job, then you ain't doing your job. Because you depend on the people that does the job, then they tired. The people who doing your job, they tired. You getting the money. You getting paid. Y'all got to think about that in this case.
And it's not just the family. It's not just my investigators. It's me. We have to have some hope.
You know, you cleared the family yesterday publicly. I think that may have happened earlier in the investigation. Are you able to, the people we saw detained last week in Rio Rico Tuesday and then on Friday, have either or both of those incidents, have those folks been cleared yet?
Well, I think in my mind, we've cleared them to a point where we feel like, okay, we've talked with them. We've done some checking on what they were reporting as maybe an alibi or whatever. We validated some information. There's still some evidence that we need to process because we did do search warrants at those homes.
Okay, y'all did search warrants. Why did they search warrant the sister home? They did my fault. They did a search warrant at the sister home. Listen, I'm gonna back this up, but listen to what he just said. They have to think the son-in-law dropped her off. There's nothing wrong with that because my son-in-law has dropped me off. But I'm going to back it up a little bit so y'all can hear what he just said. And today, Friday, too, y'all, we need to be part of it. Let me see. This been right here. Hey, baby.
Like, okay, we've talked with them. We've done some checking on what they were reporting as maybe an alibi or whatever. We validated some information. There's still some evidence that we need to process because we did do.
There are still some evidence that we need to process out of from the family.
At those homes, but yes, if detectives weren't satisfied, they wouldn't have been released.
You know,
Well, being released because we don't know nothing about it.
some people, again, the pundits, have been critical of those searches coming up with what they're saying empty, right? And I know that these are not searches that happen willy-nilly. There's reasons that these searches happen. It does not just like snap a finger.
Down the hall from here is our command post.
Hold on. What did he say? Hold on. I'm trying to hear every word that man's saying. Hold on.
Coming with what they're saying empty, right? And I know that these are not searches that happen willy-nilly. There's reasons that these searches happen. It does not just like snap a finger.
Down the hall from here is our command post with detectives, FBI, our county attorney's office. The FBI has the same thing. Detectives over there from my agency and FBI agents and the U.S. attorneys. And so every time we come into something that's questionable about the law, hey, searching someone's home is a really big issue to law enforcement. Not because you can gain evidence, but
Do y'all believe ain't nobody had no kidnapping like this in a long time? It ain't like she the president of the United States. So many people got more money than Nancy. Who team is who? Why Nancy? Why Miss Nancy? To me, it is like connection inside this spirit. Ain't no leader like that. But somehow, somebody that knows Nancy and what she does on her computer, whatever she be doing, did they ever check the computer? What is the computers telling us? What is the bank transition is telling us? What is it that y'all not telling us? What's on her computer? They ain't talk about that. Cause all the people, when they be on their computer, They are connecting to a lot of stuff that they're not even supposed to sign into. She could thought she talking to an older person on the line, and she was talking to a younger person. We don't know what Miss Nancy was doing on her internet. We don't know. We don't know who got control of her address. Why did they use her bank account? We don't know none of this. Why would they even take her? Whew. What the point, Miss Faith? What I just said? What I just say? Okay, they don't make me upset. I'll say a whole lot.
Because you could be violating someone's right. Your home is your sanctity. So we look at that breach and take it very serious. So much so that we do check with county attorneys and different prosecutors, U.S. attorneys, and we review it with a judge. And based on all of that, we make a decision whether or not we have enough for a search warrant. If the judge approves, we go. Those are court orders.
And get more information like that and the judge approves, we should expect to see more of those?
Absolutely. Absolutely. These leads, for example.
Right, because we have one thing we haven't heard. We haven't heard of the family going out there holding up flyers, or either not just the family, the immediate other family members. Oh, have you seen her? Have you seen her? We don't know who Miss Nancy knows. We don't know who's getting Miss Nancy money. We don't know we don't know who she know. We don't know these people. We don't know what's going on. Investigate the things surround Miss Nancy. Her cell phone. Who's in her cell phone? It could be somebody she likes. She seems like she's a likable person, and she probably helping somebody in school. She could be helping. It just seemed like when you seen 12 cars coming from her house, it looked like a club per people, it looked like a football team, college student, sorority, fraternities. We don't know who these people are. We don't know who she been pledging to. Who she been, go to her bank account. Y'all got all the information. The FBI and the sheriff got all the information in the world, can tell us what happened to her. But they're not. They want us to guess. There's no more Bitcoins. There's nothing else that the person who took Miss Nancy, they wasn't intending for nothing to happen to Miss Nancy. So that tell me that these people are anti-Christ or something in some kind of Christian group or something. Sometimes the Christian groups are the worst groups. They don't want to hear that though. Sometimes the Christians group, you got it all depends on the church, y'all. Just because they go to church and talk God, talk language and stuff, doesn't mean they all good. So you don't know what group is going over there to their house. Think about what I just said. Because why did they take her on her birthday? After her birthday. She didn't go to church. Do I think Nancy? I don't know what Miss Nancy had. Miss Nancy, I think Miss Nancy is dependable where she can take care of herself. Miss Nancy just been gone a month. Even though she don't have her medicine inside her system, somebody is monitoring her monitor. This is what I just said. Somebody is monitoring her monitor. Nancy, Miss Savannah know more about her mama physical needs than y'all think she knows. So whatever Savannah, I'm with Savannah. Now we're going to get into Savannah because I'm on Savannah team. I know Savannah knows whether or not her mama gone or not. But I took y'all to day 18 right here. It's because 18 and 24, because those are my two important dates. Because you got the sheriff talking and you got Savannah thinking? So do I think Nancy is unalive? I got to whatever Savannah said. Well, we're gonna listen to in a few minutes. I just don't understand. I just don't understand why would she be unalive? But somebody said in the chat before I had to leave earlier that the length you can go without your medicine a length time. She got that. If she have electric heart, the heart has to be charged, but she got a watch. But anybody paid attention to the watch that's on her arm? Pacemaker. That's just to let us know how her heart doing. Well, you know somebody else watching that too. Somebody else monitoring that.
Right now, detectives are getting information, various leads, 30,000 leads, 40,000 leads, whatever the number is. They're out there paired up and going and chasing down leads. It could be a lead to Walmart. It could be a lead to a gun shop. It could be a lead on anything, DNA, whatever. They chase it down. Once they get to a point where...
Why do they have so many leads? How many colleges around there? How many fraternities do y'all have? How many groups do y'all have around there to have 40? He talking to y'all. He telling and he not telling. If he tell, it'll cost him his position. Him. He can't talk because they'll take his position. He's a good sheriff there, but I don't know because he got a team. Somebody in his team could be controlling the narrative. We don't know what's going on here, y'all.
They go, okay, wait a minute, this is really turning into something. Maybe develop a person of interest. Then they come back in and we do some more backup and backgrounds, and then that unfolds. So to get to a point where you had a search warrant served on 2 occasions, that could happen again today. It could happen tomorrow. It may not happen for another week or 2. It just depends on the lead. We chase leads. That's what investigations are about.
Is there any update today on where things stand with the DNA found in that glove? And I know the FBI talked about getting into CODIS.
We got the DNA back, and my understanding is this morning it was submitted for CODIS. Well, I've not heard anything further.
Yeah. And I know was working with Walmart and maybe some gun shops as well. Has anything come from that yet?
You know, they're just asking. They're taking around. Somebody said, oh, they've got 40 pictures. No, what they've done is just like everybody. The Ring camera video, they'll go to a gun shop and say, does this guy look familiar?
Why choose to do these interviews individually with media outlets rather than another press conference like you did earlier?
So if you go back to the first press conference, okay, one, that was a little chaotic for everybody. It was mainly because we had gotten, I think it was Sunday night, Monday morning, we completed our investigation at the scene, and so Monday morning they came in and briefed me.
How did y'all complete why did they complete the investigation? Y'all don't hear him. He said that they completed their investigation on that Sunday. I'm gonna back that up a little bit. How did he finish his investigation without the FBI? Who called the FBI in this? Who called the FBI in here? If this man has completed his investigation, why is the FBI involved? I'll wait. Why is the FBI involved if he has completed his investigation? How are you y'all, they not even halfway completed the investigation. What they did over you, Sheriff, they came and went over your head and did silent of the lamb trick on you. They did a silent of the lamb psychological trick on you. In other words, they saying that what your team discovered ain't nothing. Hannibal was a good thinking person. Can you do some magic? That's what the TV said. I ain't gonna talk. I'm talking around about very bush. Okay. Now he wanna say chaotic for everybody. Don't worry about us. If it's a chaos, anything in chaos, you the sheriff of the town. Are you doing your job? Or somebody else doing your job?
I'm going to shop and say, does this guy look familiar?
Why choose to do these interviews individually with media outlets rather than another press conference like you did earlier?
So if you go back to the first press conference, okay, one, that was a little chaotic for everybody. It was mainly because we had gotten, I think it was Sunday night, Monday morning, we completed our investigation at the scene, and so Monday morning they came in and briefed me, the scene investigators came and briefed me. So I knew that I was getting a lot of calls from the media, and the way we deal here with local media is quite simple. They have full access to the sheriff. That's the transparency of this agency and the sheriff. I will never tell the media, no comment. And they come to me, and so I felt like we've always had a great relationship. So we opened the door because now national media is calling, just like this. Hour after hour after hour, though, they kept piling in. We went from, I don't know, media outlets here locally around the state, maybe we get 10, 20 of them out, to over 400. I quickly realized this ain't going to work. Every hour on the hour having it. So we decided, let's do a press conference. But that press conference was done with no information really for us to give out because we had processed the scene. We had submitted our evidence, and now we're waiting for the labs.
Sheriff, y'all could have said a lot on that first conference. You could have told us how they entered how they get into the house, what happened. It seemed like y'all hiding something. Something is hidden from the public. It's a lot you could have said. Even though you said your team has complete their investigation, that's what you said. That they sent everything to the lab. What y'all sent to the lab? What about was it? How did they get in the house? Why is y'all hiding stuff from us? Or y'all hiding stuff from the public? From the people who did this? To me, y'all shouldn't have never went public on this. You shouldn't have never went nothing. We shouldn't know nothing. If nothing should have been televised. Nothing. Right, Lori. They shouldn't have televised this, period. Nothing. Because you got it made sense, but it's something missing. It's a big piece out of what he's saying, and he has to be careful what he's saying because they're watching him. So, your team, why aren't you helping your team with the investigation? This man could be life, could be threatening, his family could be threatening, could be somebody he know, surround him. It's something ain't right here, y'all. It's just somebody mad because he the sheriff and he ain't covering it. You'll be surprised on your job when you're dealing with something like this in the government. Anything can happen. Anything going on. Anything could be going on. Because the FBI don't trust him and he don't trust the FBI. Put two and two together, what I just said. Feds are they know what's going on.
hundreds of questions about the scene, about this, that, and the other, and I just wasn't prepared to give that up. I wanted to hear from my investigators more.
Come on, Sheriff. Come on. You know what's going on. You know it. Come on. What woman mad at you? What is going on here? Something just ain't right. Yep, this sheriff is the worst be witness at a horrible crime like this. Something just ain't right, y'all. Is his life and his job, have they turned against him? Do they think he cares? I gave you my position as the assistant coach, but you end up taking the job in the behavior of the head coach. I'm saying this because I'm used to coaching. So I'm trying to use his job with what he doing. He's not doing his job. The person doing his job should be the sheriff. It's something. It's mixed up. Miss Nancy Guthrie case got mixed up with a whole lot of M&Ms. It's a lot of going on in this FEMA county. Something is going on there. These people might not even know Miss Nancy Guthrie. Think about it. Y'all better think about what I'm saying.
Scheduled a press conference for 2 days later. That happened. They got all their questions. We gave them the timelines that we knew. We gave them what we knew, and we told them moving forward, there would be no more press conferences. Just to have press conferences.
Why is there not no more press conferences? Y'all start the press conferences when they were asking for bitcoins. Y'all know.
It doesn't make sense. We have work to do. Now, things unfolded this last week where the rumors just, you can be campaigning against the sheriff all you want. Good for you.
Listen, this man just told y'all what's going on. He just told y'all what's going on, and y'all people are not listening to him. He's telling y'all he talks like I'll say something and you be like, what you say, Lanita? No, that's for you to pick up what I say. He said, y'all can campaign against the sheriff all you want to. What is that telling you? Listen, he just said it. I didn't. He said, y'all can campaign against the sheriff all you want to. They talking about him. He not doing his job in his state. Is he Republican? Is he Democrat? It's it's political, y'all. That's it. I don't know, baby. I don't know. I'm just what this man just saying, baby. Is he's saying that they don't want him as the sheriff because he ain't doing his job. I'm gonna back it up just a little bit. Where them big girls at with them in contact, taking care of their little bitty man.
You can be campaigning against the sheriff all you want. Good for you.
You hear what he said? You could be campaigning against the sheriff if you want. Who is after? See, y'all, what y'all didn't know, but I did do a little research. He just barely won as the sheriff. He been the sheriff for a long time, but he just barely won. He just barely won the sheriff position. Did they do that right? See, Miss Guthrie case made him look bad. They made him look bad. And they go back to your question, Miss Farr. Do I believe Miss Nancy is alive? So much is going around Miss Nancy right now with her heart. If she still could, she may be a strong woman. She might be alive. Her prayer probably tearing them up. It's somebody to scare. They probably fed her. She couldn't eat. She couldn't hold. You can't eat when you're nervous.
Okay? I've been through 2 or 3 elections already. I'm still here.
I've been through 2 or 3 elections. Y'all don't hear what this man saying. Political, y'all. Politically, they want him gone. They want him gone. Why are they talking about politician and talking about getting rid of him and he done been through this? Why are we talking about his election and we supposed to be talking about Nancy Guthrie? Come on, I'm gonna back it up a little bit. Y'all pay attention, people. Pay attention. He just told y'all what this was about. Nancy and Savannah know what it's about. The mom know what it's about. The brothers and the sister know what it's about. He just told y'all what it's about. He just told y'all what it's all about. And it's serious. If y'all ain't serious with this case, don't touch it. I take my cases serious. I really do. Hey, baby.
Conferences. This doesn't make sense. We have work to do. Now, things unfolded this last week where the rumors just, you can be campaigning against the sheriff all you want. Good for you, okay? I've been through 2 or 3 elections already. I'm still here. This isn't about that.
Yes, it is about that. It is about this. It's about that. Why you say what you said? Why do we have to know what's going on like that?
But when you try to drive a wedge between 2 agencies, the FBI and the Sheriff's Department, that I'm going to step in and stop. Our relationship has been a great relationship, will always be a great relationship.